Damn, big time upset.
By the huge underdog Armando Resendiz, they go 12.
Big time upset. White boy summer spoiled. But however, it's not over yet. So let me tell you how we get down. We're here live real time. Armando Resendiz should go on to be the what belt is this? Is this the WBA interim belt that they're fighting for, or the WBA regular belt at 168? Right? Some old bullshit. They brought that belt back. Yes, they did. It's the interim title, actually. If you noticed, the WBA have been bringing back all of their titles. As you see here in the rankings, they got 2 champions pretty much for every single division now, or the divisions, I'd say at least, 7 or 8. But Caleb Plant, I'm wondering if he hurt himself because, and he didn't complain about it in between rounds, but something, he wasn't throwing his right hand. Now, either way, he looked like, he just, conditioning, not taking anything away from Armando Resendiz. Remember, for those who don't know, he had beat Jared Hurd a couple of years ago. Then he went on to get stopped by Elijah Garcia. Remember, Terrell Goucher should have beat Elijah Garcia. Elijah Garcia got a gift. And Terrell Goucher is always in snoozers, but not that night. What was that? The Tank undercard? Lamont Roach? Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. I'm expecting for it to be some bullshit cards. Do not look at these punch stats, by the way. I'm going to try to pause it. Hopefully my shit don't freeze. All right, there we go. So look, 108 to 509. Now, this is real time. So as you can see, it says live right here. 186 of 600, and Resendiz, and listen, he didn't even look like he broke a sweat. And one thing I noticed about Fight Week is like he was real cool and calm and polite. He just had a baby. Caleb Plant kept trying to, intimidate him, kept trying to get him to talk shit, but nah. Like, he just had positive vibes, which is why for one of the first times in this is the first time in maybe about, I don't know, 11 years or so, I put some money on Resendiz. How about that? And I don't even gamble, but something told me, because I was like, yo, I think I got a feeling that he gonna win, man. But anyway, let's listen in to these cards. So yeah, I guess White Boy Summer, man. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see which route. We need more rematches and like immediate rematches, and not these motherfuckers. Oh, here we go. Ooh, split decision. There you go. See.
Judge at ringside, Max DeLuca scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of Armando Resendiz. Judge at ringside, David Sutherland scores the bout 115 to 113 to Caleb Plant. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld sees it 116 to 112 in favor.
I'm sorry,
of
Resendiz. Did they get him?
And the new WBA
that was close.
World Champion
That was close.
Armando
That was close. By the way, look, it wasn't nobody, like the whole lower bowl just was full. I wonder, was this a bad week for people to go to a fight? Obviously the Knicks game, but the fight was in Vegas, by the way. Obviously the Knicks game, but that's over in New York. This was in Vegas.
Armando Resendiz has just upset Caleb Plant via split decision.
All right, so let's talk a little bit before they do the post-fight interviews. So yeah, I was saying we need more rematches. Like, just run it back, just run it back there, embracing. But I got to be honest, and I've said this before, I was never really high on Caleb Plant because, let me listen and take your time out, like the video, subscribe.
Translate, you're a big betting underdog coming in. How great does does this feel to pull the upset and ruin Caleb Plant's best laid plans?
Just won
Nadie creía en
$500.
ti. Todos pensaban que Caleb Plant iba a ganar la pelea. ¿Qué tal se sientes a ganar y sacar esta victoria esta noche?
Esa es la mejor parte de mi carrera. La verdad me siento muy feliz, muy contento. Yo sé que puede haber personas que no crean en mí. Eso es normal porque había razones para creerlo. Entonces, yo estoy muy contento y muy feliz porque yo sí creía en mí. Mi esquina creyó en mí, mi preparador físico, mi manager, mi
You're not
promotor.
gonna be able to translate all
Creyeron en
that.
mí. Y el Señor que me dio la bendición y me dio la fuerza
The
para ganar.
internet saying.
Listen, I don't blame him. I knew that everybody was going to be against me, and I don't blame him because on paper, of course, it was like that. But I believed in myself. My corner believed in me, and then we did exactly. And more importantly, God.
A lot of wild chaos in here, a big celebration. But Armando, how nervous were you when you heard split decision?
Nervioso estabas cuando escuchaste split decision.
Pues no, realmente no me preocupó mucho, yo confío mucho en el Señor. Yo dije que lo que Él tenga para mí, eso va a ser.
Listen, I didn't really worry because I left it all to God. I knew that I was going to win, and I didn't worry at all.
Además fue una gran pelea, fue una pelea buena.
Plus, I knew it was a tough fight. It was a great fight.
You said you would pull the upset, and then you wanted Jamal Charlo. Is that the case right now?
Dijiste que le ibas a ganar.
You know they're gonna make
que
it.
ibas a hacer el upset y que querías a Charlo. ¿Qué piensas ahora?
Yo estoy listo para dar pelea a todo el público.
I'm ready to fight anyone, whoever the public wants.
Congratulations on a breakthrough victory.
Oh, what happened? Hold on.
Caleb Plant, it was a close decision, a split decision.
My bad. My earphones had died. So you might have to hear a little
I mean, I
feedback.
felt like it was close, and in a close fight, sometimes it swings the other way. I felt like I was in control enough, and using the whole ring, using my jab, but the judges seen it the other way. So, what do you do?
He's known for being a pressure
So he wasn't
fighter.
hurt.
Was any part of his boxing ability
just looked like
surprising
shit.
for you in there tonight?
No, not really. It wasn't like overbearing pressure. He caught me one overhand right. That was pretty good. But other than that, nothing really hurt me or stubbed me. But disappointed obviously.
Look
But
at Jordan Plant
Are you
back
frustrated
there
in your performance
in
tonight?
despair.
I felt like I did good. I used my jab, used the whole ring. Was patient, but I wasn't the better man tonight, I guess. I felt like I did enough to pull it off, but it's not the way it went.
We thought that a victory in this fight could produce a fight with Jamal Charlo, but where do you go from here after this close defeat?
I'll just get back with my team, go home to my family, spend time with my daughter. My son's on the way, and we'll regroup and we'll be back.
Congratulations, Caleb. Baby on the way. Best of luck to you.
I think they
It's the
should
biggest
run
stand
it
up-
back, but
Let's throw it back to ringside. And Moro Ranallo.
All right, Brian.
if you noticed, like in several fights, Caleb Plant, like his conditioning seems to be all over the place. He just looked like, and then by the end of the fight, somebody who's supposed to be the mover that he is, he's not known to be really a knockout type of guy. So I was wondering, like, well, wait a minute, why is he looking so sluggish and like slow in there? By the way, this was announced. Oh, and apologize, I was on vacation this week, so that's why you didn't see me. But starting a new month off and a lot of boxing going on, so we back. But anyway, I guess they're gonna go with the Charlo fight for Resendiz, right? Unless Caleb Plant's gonna be like, you know what, let's run it right back. I think they should run it right back. What is he gonna go on a year layoff or some more bullshit? And I wonder if Edgar Berlanga talking shit. Let me go check. Because Caleb Plant, let me tell you something. Let me go back and look at it. And White Boy Summer. When you really look at it, what was the biggest win of his career? At the time, he was riding off that Jose Uzcategui fight all the way until he got the Canelo fight. I remember he stayed out for nearly a year waiting for that. Really 2 years, because he was like, he could have fought Canelo around this time. I forgot what was going on around this time, but he could have fought David Benavidez. There were other fights out there for him. You can't really blame him, but I ain't like the way how that went down. Like he just was waiting for Canelo. But in reality, if you know who Jose Uzcategui is, he was like, to me, he was never like a full boogeyman, because I seen him get touched up by Matvey Korobov. Damn shame the way Matvey Korobov's career went. Talk about the way, like, his last 3 fights, which is crazy. I just never really viewed Caleb Plant like as a special fighter, good technical fighter. You know, on some nights he looks great, some nights he looks special, but it's just like I just never really seen it. And then him with the conditioning that he's had, he's got to be a mover. He don't have to pop it. He's not a knockout guy. You know, at least you know, to me he hasn't been. You know, so, I mean, yes, you can say he knocked out Trevor McCumbee, okay. Yes, you can say he knocked out, you know, 40-year-old Anthony Durrell, okay. Vincent Fegan boots, Subway Mike Lee spitting all in the ring. I can't stand Mike Lee. Like, he still grinds my gears. So, I think that's the only way to really go. By the way, Jamal Charlo, you know, beat up Thomas Lamana. I can't really give him no stripes for that because Thomas Lamana has no business above the 154-pound division. It was a doctor stoppage. What round was that again? Let me check. I'm exhausted. Been running around all day. Forgot. Well, they don't even have it listed on BoxRec yet. But anyway, he stopped Thomas Lamana. It was nothing to look like. I mean, I can't say like he looked sharp because he didn't really have to do much. It looked like he was like kind of toying around a little bit or trying to get rounds in. You know, so can't really, you know, really gauge his performance like that. But as far as Caleb Plant's concerned, if he don't run it back, then it's like, what is he going to do? And, you know, a lot of times these fighters can't, you know, really handle. Well, he's handled his defeats well. At least I believe he has. You know? But yeah, oh yeah, let me see if Edgar Berlanga talking some shit. He's a delusional cat too. You know, and he's a cannibal. I am not a fan of cannibals. Remember, Edgar Berlanga bit that dude and then Top Rank fired him or some shit? Something like that. Let me see here. Where you at, Edgar Berlanga? You talking shit? You chatting? No, he ain't chatting no shit. I'm guessing he going to. But you know, Caleb Plant's a very confident dude, so I'm guessing he'll be back. With that being said, I'll see you guys later on. My next video is going to be with Big J, and then I'm also going to do a live stream, you know, coming up soon. So we'll be talking about that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.